Have you ever felt stuck, unfulfilled, or just not quite satisfied with your life? Well, I'm here to say you're not alone. Many of us go through periods where we feel disconnected from the life we truly want to live. But here's the good news. It's never too late to start creating a life that you absolutely love. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's close to all of our hearts, and that's how to create a life that you truly love. How do we actually do that? So I'm going to share 5 powerful tips that will transform your approach to life and help you achieve your dreams. Now, these aren't quick fixes or empty promises. Instead, they're practical, actionable steps that, when applied consistently, can lead to profound changes in how you live your life. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get started. And do watch till the end for a gift that you just won't be able to say no to. So let's kick things off with a fundamental truth. Your thoughts dictate your results. Now, you might be thinking, I've heard this before, but stick with me because we're going to take this to a whole new level. So first, let's do a quick life assessment. Take a moment to rate your satisfaction in these areas of life from 1 to 10. 1 being not satisfied and 10 being fully satisfied. So I want you to focus on your career, your job, your vocation. Number 2 is focus on your love and relationships. Number 3, focus on your health and well-being. And then number 4, think about your financial time and freedom. And remember, we're taking a moment to rate your satisfaction in those areas of life today. Okay, so you've got your scores. Great. Now, here's the kicker. Those scores aren't just random numbers that you've thought up. They're a direct reflection of your thoughts and your beliefs about the results you're currently getting in these areas of your life. So here's the tool I promised. It's a thought audit. So for the next week, I invite you to carry a small notebook or maybe just open a notes page on your phone. And every time you have a thought about one of these life areas, jot it down. Don't analyze it, just capture your thoughts. And then at the end of the week, review your notes. You see, what will happen is you'll be amazed at how many beliefs that you hold or thoughts that you carry are actually limiting you without even realizing it. So remember, to change your results, you need to change your thoughts first. It's not about positive thinking. It's about accurate thinking. So what we're going to start doing is challenging these limiting thoughts, these limiting beliefs, and we're going to start replacing them with empowering thoughts and beliefs. So that's tip number 1, a thought audit. Let's increase our awareness of the thoughts that we're having. Tip number 2, ask yourself, what would you love? Seriously, when we think about it, we want to start thinking about not what do we want or what do we need, but what would we love? You see, now that we've begun to address your current thought patterns, it's time to dream, and time to dream like we've never dreamed before. But here's the catch. We're not just talking about setting goals. We're talking about discovering what you truly, deeply love. You see, many of us think about goals as things we want to do, accomplish, or achieve. But when we start to think about, well, what are my dreams? Suddenly it becomes a broader, more expansive landscape for us to think about. So really start to ask yourself that beautiful question. What would you love? Let's do a quick exercise. Close your eyes and imagine it's 3 years from now. You're living your ideal, perfect, amazing life. What does that look like? What are you doing? Who are you with? How do you feel? And then once you've started to get some images, open your eyes and just start writing. Don't censor yourself. Don't worry about how realistic it seems. Just let your imagination flow. And then I invite you to look at what you've written. You see, circle the elements that make you feel most alive, those that feel most expansive, those ideas that bring a level of delight and thrill to them. You see, these are your clues to what you would truly love. Remember, when you pursue what you love, you tap into an abundance of energy and motivation that actually can overcome any obstacle that we think we may face. Tip number 3, define your personal values. And in my opinion, this is one of the top reasons why many of us don't create a life that we love. You see, this next tip is really about getting clear on your own personal values. Your values are the principles that guide your decisions and shape your ideal and fulfilling life. When you live in alignment with your values, you're more likely to feel satisfied and content. So here's how to start defining your values. The first part is to reflect on peak experiences, reflect on those moments where there is joy and delight. Think about the times when you felt truly happy or fulfilled. What was happening? What made those moments so special to you? The second part is consider your heroes. And what I mean by that is think about who do you admire and why do you admire them? The qualities you often admire in others, more often than not, reflect your own values. The third piece is imagine your ideal life. If you could design your perfect day, what would it include? What activities, people, or achievements would be part of it? Then the next part is to make a list. Write down potential values like creativity, family, adventure, or personal growth. And as you start to write these down, once you've got a number of them written down, choose the top 5 to 7 that resonate most strongly with you. Now, I prefer to have my top 5 values, and actually I do this at least probably twice a year, because often things that happen in our life may change our core values. So it's important that we don't just identify them once and then stick with them. Think about it for a moment. If you identify your core values today, are they the same as they would have been when you were younger? Or are they the same as when you perhaps were in the corporate world and now you're creating your own business? So these can evolve over time and can change. And then the next piece is to test them out. For each value that you've identified, ask yourself, if I had to give this up, how would I feel? You see, your true values are those you'd be most reluctant to let go of. Those that if you did let go of would make you feel uncomfortable, would make you feel contracted, would make you feel not happy. Once we know which ones we don't want to let go of, often we've identified our top core values. And remember, this isn't about choosing values that you think you should have. Be honest with yourself about what truly matters to you. And then once you've identified your core values, what we can do is use them as a compass for making decisions and establishing dreams and goals. Tip number 4, this is all connected with why willpower alone fails. So what we're talking about here is the identity shift. So let's address that elephant in the room. Why is it that so many of us set goals, make progress, but then slide back into old patterns? Now, the answer is simple, but very profound. You see, we focus on changing our actions without changing our identity. Here's what I mean. So let's say you want to get in shape and you might start exercising and eating healthier. But if you still see yourself as an out of shape person, eventually you're going to revert back to old patterns and habits. The key is to adopt a new identity. So instead of saying, I'm trying to exercise more, we say, I'm an active person who prioritizes my health. You see, this shift in identity will naturally lead to consistent actions that support your new self-image. So for each of your dreams, ask yourself, who do I need to become to achieve this? What would this kind of person think and feel and do on a daily basis? Start embodying that identity now and watch how your results begin to stick. And tip number 5 is to make friends with fear. You see, this final tip might surprise you when we talk about making friends with fear, but fear isn't our enemy. It isn't my enemy and it isn't your enemy. It's actually a sign that you're moving in the right direction. So here's why. You see, fear only shows up when you're pushing beyond your comfort zone, which is exactly where the growth happens. So the next time you feel fear creeping in, try these techniques. The first part, acknowledge it. Say, hello, fear. I see you're here to protect me, but I've got this. Then we want to reframe it. So instead of I'm scared, I'm delighted, or I'm thrilled, or I'm excited. You see, physiologically, fear and excitement are very similar emotions. Next, what we can do is use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. You see, this grounds you into the present moment. Fear can't exist in what we actually are doing right then. The next part, take 1 small step. So break the fear-inducing task into the smallest possible action step that you can do, and just do it. Success breeds confidence. And the next piece is to visualize success. Spend a few minutes each day vividly imagining yourself successfully facing your fear. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action in the face of fear. And there you have it, folks. 5 powerful tips to help you create a life you truly love. So let's just do a brief recap. First one, build thought awareness, which was when we talked about the thought audit. The second one, ask yourself, what would you love? The third one, define your personal values. The fourth one, the identity shift. And the fifth one, make friends with fear. Remember, this isn't about overnight transformation. It's about consistent, intentional choices that align with your deepest desires. You see, implementing these tips isn't always easy, and it won't happen overnight. There will be challenges and setbacks along the way, but with persistence and patience, you can create significant positive changes in your life. You see, creating and living a life you love isn't about achieving perfection or constant happiness. It's about creating a life that feels authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling to you. It's about waking up with a sense of purpose and excitement for what lies ahead. So I encourage you to start with just one of these tips. Choose the one that resonates the most for you right now and commit to working on it for the next 30 days. Small, consistent actions will lead to big changes over time. Now, if you're ready to take these concepts even further and truly transform your life, I've got an exciting opportunity for you. I'm inviting you to join my exclusive 5-day live challenge where we'll dive deep into each of these tips. And here's what you'll get when you join. Daily live training sessions with me, where I'll expand on each of these 5 tips in much more detail, plus other content. Real-time interaction during these live sessions, allowing you to ask questions and get immediate clarification and guidance from me. Practical exercises to help you apply these concepts to your own unique situation. And also 3 tools that you can begin to apply straight away. And the best part, you'll receive the personalised feedback from me on your progress and challenges across the 5 days. Oh, and also I forgot to say, it's my gift to you for staying until the end of this video. This live challenge is designed to give you the tools, support, and accountability that you need to start creating the life that you truly love. It's time to stop wishing and start doing. So to join, simply click the link in the description below or in the bio. But do hurry, spaces are limited and registration closes soon. Don't let another day go by feeling stuck or unfulfilled. Take this opportunity to invest a maximum of 1 hour per day in yourself and your future. Surely your dreams are worth that. Join the 5-day challenge now and let's create the amazing life that you deserve together in real time. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And don't forget to share your thoughts and experience in the comments below. I love reading them and responding to them. And until next time, keep smiling and keep dreaming.